Okay, the time is at hand. I'd like to call the meeting of the Salary Board to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
Chairman Schock announced that today's salary board meeting was duly advertised in the local newspaper. Is there any public input on agenda items only?
Okay, seeing none.
Hearing none, a motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the salary board meeting of Tuesday, March 7, 2017.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
A motion is needed to create the position of Finance Manager in the Department of Public Safety at a base salary of $31,500 at 66 hours per pay period.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to eliminate the position of Senior Finance Manager in the Finance Office.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion is needed to create the position of Finance Manager in the Finance Office at a base salary of $31,500 at 66 hours per pay period.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion is needed to create the position of Assistant Public Defender in the Public Defender's Office.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. Ed, I didn't know if did you want to speak to the kind of the rationale behind that at all? And this is also, just for the audience, is part of a larger kind of restructuring and putting some things, in some cases, back where they should be. As you mentioned, there's some things that, however they ended up in Conflicts Counsel office. We're not sure that predated probably everybody sitting here, but we want to, in order to determine where our needs are, we first need to put everything in its proper place, and this is part of that. And you know, some of the, as you said, some of the duties will be following, you know, someone over from conflicts into your office. So. Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Greco? I only have one. There was a comment or a news report several months ago that Commissioner Chickatano and I had reduced the salaries of the defenders, the public defenders. Are you aware of anything? Because I know I didn't approve anything, but are people getting paid less over there? I don't know. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. Thank you. There has been a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
At this time, we'll call for any old business. Hearing none. Any new business? Public input?
Okay. We'll recess to the call of the chair. I'd like to call to order the regular public meeting of the County Commissioners, and would like to, before we have citizens input, have a presentation of a years of service certificate to Betty Jane Brocious. Ms. Brocious, if you'd like to come up, we can get a picture here as well, but this is basically a certificate of Ms. Brocious upon her retirement on June 30th, 2017, in recognition of her outstanding service and dedication of 59 years as a legal secretary to the law offices of Attorney Thomas Booth. It's signed by all of the commissioners. Normally, we reserve these things quite often for employees of the town, but when we see a number like 59 years of service, with a firm that interacts so often with our county and our county employees in the courthouse, and I know firsthand you've always been so gracious over there in his office and so helpful, and I've heard that from other employees as well, so thank you very much.
Chairman, I'd just like to note that not all 59 years were with me.
How could they? She wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah, I would like to, can I say a couple words?
Absolutely, feel free.
I started 2 weeks after I graduated from high school from Danville. I lived in Rushtown, outside of Riverside, so I've always been a Northumberland County resident. And 2 weeks after I graduated, I started with Attorney Carl Rice. My father was doing repair work to the building at Front and Market Street. Carl Rice had just purchased that building. And he made mention to my father that he was going to soon have to hire another secretary receptionist. And my father said, my daughter just graduated from Danville, top of her commercial course and looking for a secretarial job. He said, send her in. So I basically had my job handed to me. I graduated with 90 words typing a minute on a manual typewriter, and and 180 words in shorthand and perfect transposition on it. So I have been in there off and on, had time off in the early 70s with my two children, and either worked part-time or full-time, and then, of course, Attorney Francis Rice came in there several years after I started, and then I was off that during a period of time. Attorney Luke came in 74, I believe, and Attorney Francis Rice did pass away at 75, and after that, 76, then I started back in part-time again on a more regular basis. In the interim, Carl Rice would come to my house and say, I could use extra help. Can you come in a couple hours in the morning? He knew my husband worked third shift, so he could take care of the children. So I'd go in for a couple hours in the morning, help him out. And that's how it lasted until 76, and I started back part-time, 3 days a week. Well, that didn't last long. Got to 4, it got to 5. And so for basically 40-some years, it's been 5 days plus in that office, and I've loved it. We had Attorney Staraska in there, and then Attorney Pina. So I've gone through quite a few attorneys in that office. And Keith Hartley for Chicago, and he was 88. He was 88.
Just pointing out, like, I've never thought of a classmate in Chicago in 85, so. She had time for some things at home.
She graduated with Keith. And they both came down today. They live up in the northern part of the state. Keith is in Elk Lake School District and Charles and Allen School District. So they made it a point to go to school. So I appreciate that. Great kids. I appreciate this. It's been wonderful. So, Attorney Booth did say I should put in 60 years, but I said, truthfully,
It seemed like 60, didn't
Right.
it? The last couple, probably, I would say.
my husband's been having some medical problems and all, so I just cannot leave him alone too long anymore. And I decided this is time. I was really going to retire when I was 67, but he pushed me on. Attorney Booth pushed me on. Can't you stay another year? Can't you stay another year? Finally, I said, I've got to slow down. Give me some time off. And so I finally got him persuaded here. So at 67, I wanted to retire, and now I'm heading for 77. So I gave him almost 10 extra
You
years.
gave, yep. You can't ask for more than that.
Right. I've enjoyed it all. I love the work.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Okay, moving back to our agenda.
Yes.
Is there, I guess, any citizens' input on agenda items? Okay, seeing none, Mary Bruce?
Motions need to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting held on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motions need to pay all county and liquid fuels payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Office for payroll number 9 in the amount of $676,528.72. Payroll number 10 in the amount of $682,772.45. And payroll number 11 in the amount of $676,061.31.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions need to pay all county and liquid fuel bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $5,355,311.89 from April 29th, 2017 to June 2nd, 2017.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Announcements. A work session will be held on Tuesday, June 20th, 2017, beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, July 11th, 2017 at 1 p.m. in the Public Meeting Room at the Administration Center, 399 Stadium Drive, Sunbury. The Northumberland County Courthouse, Administration Center, and related county facilities will be closed on Wednesday, June 14th, 2017, in observance of Flag Day, and Tuesday, July 4, 2017, in observance of Independence Day. Area Agency on Aging, in cooperation with the Pennsylvania Department of Aging, is pleased to announce that the Pennsylvania Farmers Market Nutrition Program vouchers are available for Northumberland County citizens who meet the guidelines. Area Agency on Aging would like to recognize Thursday, June 15th, 2017, as World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. The contact number for Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging is 1-877-622-2251. And the new name for the former Northwestern Academy of Northumberland County is Northumberland County South Campus. A motion is needed for the Commissioners to sign the state tax equalization voucher for transfers of real estate for the month of April 2017 as submitted by the Assessment Office.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the employee status sheet list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as items number 1 through 13.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed authorizing the Commissioner's signature for the recertification application for Northumberland County Hazardous Materials Response Team as submitted by Public Safety.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to grant permission to advertise the following listed as on your public meeting agenda.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the following reports as listed on your public meeting agenda.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify a 30-day notice of cancellation of the purchase of service agreement for Children and Youth Agency contractor approved at the Commissioners' meeting of June 7, 2016 as Resolution R number 67-16.
Is there a motion? Okay, I'll second. On the question. All in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Abstain.
And one abstention.
I want to make a comment. Most people, public probably doesn't know, but most people in this room know that the solicitor currently is my ex-husband, Attorney James Best, who is here today. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for turning around after we lost Attorney Robinson. I know that you've enjoyed the job. I know that the staff has enjoyed having you, and I know that you worked extremely hard to fulfill this duty. And I think that it's wrong, and I think it's shameful and vengeful that you're losing your contract. And I'm abstaining, obviously, because we had a personal relationship, but I'm very sorry to see you go.
The only thing I'd add is, this was something that was discussed, as I mentioned earlier in the meeting. There are a number of changes that are happening in some of our offices. This is something that was discussed probably over the last 2, if not 3 work sessions, public work sessions, in the context of needing more time to devote towards the solicitorship for children and youth. Mr. Best actually has another part-time employment with the county, which is also a very significant role and one that demands a lot of time. It was that and some other factors that led to the discussions that we needed to make a change in that area. So again, it's unfortunate that people want to portray this as some act of vengeance or something like this, but it certainly was not that. If that was what it was about, that could have happened long before this. So, okay, I guess we'll move on.
A motion is needed to accept the resignation of Justin Dunkelberger from the following boards: Industrial Development Authority with the term ending December 31st, 2019, the CEDA Foundation with the term ending June 30th, 2018, and Northumberland County Records Improvement.
Okay, is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion is needed to transfer Lori Smoogen from the Finance Department to the position of Finance Manager in the Department of Public Safety at a salary of $40,942, which is above the starting salary for the position based upon years of experience.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made second on the question. I do know, and Chris, you may have been part of these discussions, I think over the phone here before the meeting, there was some discussion as to whether or not appropriately this was on this meeting or the salary board, since we're taking her over and above what that starting salary is. It's the same salary she's being paid, but we did refer to our solicitor on that, and he had indicated that this was the appropriate meeting for that for this vote to occur. So, is there any other comment on that one? Okay, all in favor, state aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions need to approve the following honorary letters of proclamation. Eagle Scout honorees, class of 2016, ratify Father James Lease and Billy Joe Scott. National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award recipients, ratify John E. DeFinis, DDS, and William R. Flock, DC. Certificate of Service, Betty Jane Brocious, recognition of her retirement from law office as attorney Thomas Boop, 59 years as legal secretary. And proclamation ratify Child Welfare Caseworker Appreciation Day, June 1st, 2017.
Okay, is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed authorizing travel requests and attendance of the following workshop seminars as in accordance with the county's personnel manual, travel reimbursement policy, as listed on your public meeting agenda.
Okay, is there a motion?
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll go to the solicitor's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Motion to adopt resolution R 49-17, lease agreement between the Board of Commissioners of County and G4S Youth Services and Service Children's Common South Campus, Township of Falls. Application.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second. On the question, I believe we have some representatives from the company here that may want to say a few words.
Yep.
Yeah.
As Lisa's getting up, let me just say that this has been a process that's been going on for months. And it's something that we saw as a vision when we purchased the property at the new location up in Cole Township. And I'm very proud to have been working and with Lisa and her company. They've been great. They're going to not only bring help for our juveniles, but added employment up there, and I think it's going to be the start of a great campus for us, and I just want to let them know publicly that it's been a great dealing with you. You're a great company, and we're going to do everything to help you, and I hope this works both ways, and it's a win for both of us.
Thank you so much. Likewise, I want to thank you for the opportunity to today. We're very excited to partnership with the area. We're looking forward to providing the county and community opportunities to support youth that is really treatment that cannot be provided as residential facility to help support their integration back into the community and receive their treatment services. It's our pleasure to be here as a long-standing treatment provider of treatment including the state's Pennsylvania and Florida. We're really excited to be here. We provide these services for the youth and their treatment throughout our facilities, and we provide very innovative and effective treatment services based on substance abuse and health curriculum that is evidence-based. We create not just our resources to create opportunities for employment, but we'll also create our expertise and commitment throughout the company. So we're excited to be here. We're looking forward to the whole township Youth Academy be part of their community.
Thank you. Any other comment?
Just, it's great that we're the pilot program in Pennsylvania, so we'll make it work. Great. Thank you. Thank you. They came in from Florida, by the way. I wanted to thank them for coming in and to be here today.
Okay, there's been a motion made and second on the question, and all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, one opposed. Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 50-17, lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Gannon Associates for office space at 202 Northumberland County Fair Park Center located to East Our Street Project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 51-17, lease sale between the Township of West Cameron on behalf of the County of Northumberland, the version of 166 BMS number 497220480067, crossing Mountain Creek and located on Rattlesnake Road.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor state aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 2017 maintenance appropriation of Northumberland County Commissioners and Monarch Group Power Systems for maintenance of generators located at the Northumberland County South Campus.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, I'll second the motion. On the question? Okay, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Okay, 2 ayes and 1 abstention. Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 53-17, agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Probation Department and the Pennsylvania Board of Probation and Parole is to allow Northumberland County to receive grant funding which will provide for improved probation supervision programs of application.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
1 abstention. Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 54-17, agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Adult Probation Department and the Pennsylvania Board of Probation and Parole Administration and return to Northumberland County on certain supervision fees under Act 35 of 1991 sub-application.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 55-17, agreement between the Board of Commissioners of Northumberland County and Michael J. Rogers for consulting and professional services to the Department of Public Safety and 911 Center.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt resolution R 56-17, agreements and provisions of grants and leases and reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Senior and Social Services and the named service providers as listed in numbers 1 through 15. The above agreements and provisions, grants, leases, and reports are not Lincoln County employees nor is their organization contract with Lincoln County employees and principals in the corporation or on their board of directors.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second? I'll second.
Attorney Garrigan, I have some that
Do
are
you
no
want to split
vote.
some out?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 3? No, number 3.
We'll do a revised.
And there's more. 5, 6, 11, 14, and 15.
Motion to adopt resolution R 56-17, agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports between the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the UNC and Social Services and named service providers as listed. Numbers 1 through 15 excluding numbers 3, 5, 6, 11, 14.
And 15.
15.
Okay.
The above agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports are not with county employees nor is their organization contract with county employees as principals in the board, the corporation, or other contractors.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Motion made and seconded on the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Now we need another motion. Okay.
R 56-18, agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Union Senior and Social Services and named service providers as listed numbers 3, 5, 6, 11, 14, and 15.
So moved.
And I'll second. On the question. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, 1 opposed, motion carries. Is there any old business to come before the board? Okay, seeing none, is there any new business? The one thing I did want to mention, we thought we might be in a position to have put this on the agenda today, but we have been in discussions with the company that purchased the project rights on the, it's a company by the name of EverPower. This was the windmill project that several years ago. It was frankly the one that Mr. Dunkelberger's company had been involved with. For a lot of reasons, there was no interest in moving forward, I think by the county and others at that time. However, for several months at some of our work sessions. We've had representatives from the company that purchased the rights to the project approach us, and I think that it's something, they've spelled out the terms for us. There are a few questions that our solicitor has suggested we go back to them with, and some things that frankly from both parties' standpoint we may want to clarify in terms of how we hold the land and our rights to do other things and the rights of others in the area who may be utilizing surrounding land. So we want to get that clarified, but it is something that I think we'll probably be in a position at the next meeting to have on the agenda. And I don't know, I mean, given the status of it, Frank, are you comfortable having, any kind of an approval pending that, or that we would just potentially, if we need to move forward, that we either could call a special meeting or have a ratification or something at the next? Okay. 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 So. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think it's something where I think we can have some income generated into the county. It's something that again is more progressive in terms of what we're doing in terms of energy production in the area, and it's interesting to be a part of that. And I think that now at this point we're dealing with a company that has a track record doing these things and bringing them to completion. And I think that that's key to at least in my mind to my decision to engage in the conversations with them and to possibly move forward. So, is there any other new business? Any other public input? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the agreements are here. We just don't spell everything out in the resolutions because, but no, I understand, yeah, if you wanted to.
Is this something we can discuss?
Yeah, I think if you,
Yeah.
we can talk about the term of the lease.
As far as the lease up at the new site, the lease is a two-year lease with a 1 year, I think, clause that if things don't work out, they could opt out or we could opt out either way. It's a lease for $10,000 a month for the first 2 months, which would be startup months, and for the rest of the time, it's a $30,000 a month payment for the rest of the term of the lease, whether it goes the rest of that year or the next 2 years. Where in the lease, we also are responsible for paying charges for sewer, things like that, up to $5,000 per month. And after $5,000, there's an agreement that any cost after that would be split. So we're talking probably about 250, 300, a net profit. I'm hoping somewhere around $250,000 a year, depending on the cost, of course. Well.
And I think we'll probably be putting some sort of a release out to the general public regarding the specifics of it.
Sure. Well, if the lease goes 2 years, and of course we already talked to them this morning, it could go, renew it for a long time after, depending on how things go. But if it does go 2 years, profit should be somewhere around $500,000. And also, it's going to create somewhere between 25 and 35 new jobs, which isn't a big thing, So I'm glad you brought that up.
And it's going to provide services that we really need in this
right.
county and surrounding counties. career link one, that is,
I don't know.
yeah, the agreement should be, oh, you have it here, Frank, is that?
There used to be a lot of mention in the public, in the press about that center out there, but I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. This is a renewal, I believe, is it not? Yeah. This is a renewal, as someone that was in there, so I think these terms are similar to what was there previously, but it was an annual rental of $3,456. That's for 288 square feet, at $12 per square feet. That is the annual, yes, yes. Yep. Is there any other comments? Yes. It is, yeah, it's the same place where it was before. It's the, yeah, it's the ridge. It's out near the it's the AOAA area, yes. Yep. It's funny you mentioned that. Commissioner Chickentano and I at the last work session actually met with a company that we're talking about just that sort of thing, not just there, but in other areas where we have land that we can utilize, and possibly also in partnership with some of our local municipalities. So it's something that right now they're in the process of doing the analysis. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be. It would be solar. It was solar was what we were talking about, and they.
Yeah, let me give credit where credit's due, because Dale's the guy who gave me the name of the company and everything, and I think it was either 2 meetings ago or something, and we set up meetings with him. So give Dale all the credit for bringing him in here to talk with us.
There's an analysis being done right now, which is free of charge to the county, that the company's going to undertake and then come back to us with, here's what we might be looking at, here's what we could potentially put in different sites, and here's how much it would generate, that sort of thing, and the cost. Yeah, no, it's a good comment, and it's, yes, something that we're working on, so. Any other public comment? Yes?
What's the difference in cost between Mr. Best's contract that he was recommending and Mr. Lenz's contract?
The contract that's being implemented is actually for more, because we had a recognition when we sort of analyzed everything that was going on that we actually need more time from, more court time, more time working with the staff, and Katrina, you can maybe speak to this a bit as well. Ongoing training. I think under the old contract there was a provision for something like, $500 per training or something like that, which assumed that you had this sort of defined time when training was done, and in effect, I don't think it was actually being done. And again, I think it's a reflection of busyness and with other things. With this, there will be the expectation, and what will be required is, one, there will be more court time involved, and we've talked with the courts about getting that additional time, but also more time working with the staff on the front end. A couple of the items at the end of the agenda that were the Commissioner Best did not vote for, that she wanted singled out, are the contracts with the new provider, and it's someone who, frankly, we did some checking out of him, and I always like it when someone does some checking out of us as well, and he did, he and I had a conversation about it, and he understands what we're trying to achieve over there in terms of addressing things on the front end with family finding and things like that, to also reduce our numbers. He's very experienced in it. When we talk to some of the agencies at the state level who we deal with on a regular basis in terms of both court time and in children and youth, he was very well recognized and by them, and they noted that he is very much on board with that philosophy that we want to implement. It's a multifaceted approach to getting those numbers down, and ultimately the costs on the county by having children handled in the ways that they are now, and with the not just the backups, but also not redirecting on the front end, ultimately costs this county more. So I think that the agreement with the new attorney was for $55,000 a year. And there was, as under the old agreement, there was additional amounts that were paid for appeals that would be taken, and also additional amounts for adoptions to compensate for that. However, there is no additional amounts for the trainings. And we've spelled out for this gentleman what the expectation will be in terms of the time commitment for ongoing training of the staff and being available to do that, before they go into court and before they're even meeting, with some of their clients and their constituents to help this process work the way that it needs to.
So, I guess my question still wasn't answered, like, on an annual basis.
I think I did. It was 55,000 is his. The existing contract is 35. I guess I didn't state what the existing was. The existing one is 35, and then the additional amounts for training and those other things. There will be no additional amounts for training. We will spend more under this contract, but we will be requiring more time because we've already provided for that with the courts for more time, but there will be more time on the front end as well. And that is in part of the issue of why we felt that we frankly need to go with someone other than Mr. Best, who's already employed with the county and has a fairly substantial job and time commitment, as you know, in our conflicts council area. This isn't the only place we're looking. Frankly, Frank and I have had discussions. He's our solicitor, but there's also, he acts as solicitor for area aging. He knows. We keep an eye on that because we don't want to have it be that we're, have one person who's got all these different things stacked up, and if it becomes an issue where things aren't getting done in one area because we need them done in another, it's something we keep an eye on. That one is less of an issue. That's not as demanding of a position, I think, for area aging, the amount of time that's required of him, as it is for something like the solicitor of children and youth. That is it's a very demanding, time-demanding position. So, yep. Is there any other, I'm sorry. Okay, any other comment? Okay, meeting adjourned.